Playing Cup, multitude of saves that probably got him now into the team. Of course, if you remember, the last time Sekhukhune United played in a league game, they lost 2-1 at home to Stellenbosch, with Aprocius scoring their only goal. They've lost the last two matches. Those saves that probably got him now into the team. Of course, if you remember, the last time Sekhukhune United played in a league game, they lost 2-1 at home to Stellenbosch, with Aprocius scoring their only goal. They've lost the last two matches across all comps, if you include that Sundowns. He's warming up to replace Busumuzi Mube. Can't get fully fit from that early injury. There's another injury as well. What is happening? Here's this Betway Premiership or WWE. Players really struggling under the scrutiny of physical contact currently. It's Jaden Rhodes. The back will have to fit in midfield so they really are trying to get some sort of ascendancy going in this game. Chelsea, by the way, only on for his second appearance in the Betway Premiership. Some movement from the Frenchman Amadou Sokana.
The spaces, because we know Sekhukhune can really play and pass the ball around, and we want to deny them the space and time.
Good battling away still with Sean Mochaila. Keeps his balance well, but in steps Lorenzo Coutinho and steps out of defense, but can't find a pass. Jaden Rhodes to glove. They're working together.
I think sometimes certain players just need that, different environment, so they can flourish as well. When you're in an environment where there are so many superstars, it's very difficult to be yourself and actually bring that talent to the front. So Sekhukhune is doing tremendously well.
Here's a Venezuelan. The 100 caps man. Ball is into the box. Good block there by the DR Congo born centre back Trezor Chibwabwa. Mainstay at the back there. Often use either alongside Deno Cardoso or for Cardoso, or vice versa. Nice turn there. Fasika, born out of Kinshasa in the DR Congo, playing his 15th appearance. Season, in fact, he's amassed 15 in all competitions that they touch, over 1,350 minutes. Man, brought to the mother city from Walarenga in Congo, playing his 15th appearance. Season, in fact, he's amassed 15 in all competitions that they touch, over 1,350 minutes. Man, brought to the mother city from Walarenga in Denmark.
Rhythm of the game a little bit. Nobody's really taking control of the ball and passing it around.
Well, they have somebody on the bench that can control the tempo of the game, and Sipo Mbule. Right now, I think this game is made for him, because they're missing that other metronome. That's not bad to have on the bench when the going gets tough. Here's Mkhize as Cape Town City look to get going. Nice pass through the next for the former under-17 international Gaba Moto to the left-hand side. So Ofatsonyama can't keep that in. Yeah, you're right. The game just come.
The issue at times, because they want to get that goal to relieve a little bit of pressure, but you've got to be patient. You've got to sometimes just wait for the right opportunity in order to exploit a certain space.
Well, something you've mentioned a bit earlier about goal scoring, or the lack thereof. Cape Town City failing to score a first half goal.
But if you concede, it's a lot more difficult to come back from those situations, especially when it come up a top team like Sekhukhune.
Indeed, yes, Letlapa into the box against Mkhize. Draws one back in and around the penalty area, but it's crowded out. City stand firm, and for now they are stable. Letlapa can load one in. Sean Mochaila sticks out a toe, but they go backwards more than forwards. They come again. Superman-esque clearance from Aprocius Petrus in for Nodada. The Caps sits on 80 prior to today. 8 goals for assists during that time. It's a healthy amount of caps for someone. It's not even 25 as yet.
I think Teko alluded to that as well. There's only a select few that have done that for Cape Town City, so You'll be in good company. I think Teko is one of them. Rolani Surprise is one of poker face.
That's a poker face if I've ever seen one. Meantime, Diego Peral up on his feet, speaking ahead of the encounter, saying they're going to need all the support that they can get from their fans, but he's most happiest with the support. Meantime, Diego Peral up on his feet, speaking ahead of the encounter, saying they're going to need all the support that they can get from their fans, but he's most happiest with the support he's going to get from the experienced Roger Desam.
That because Lebo Manyama actually asked me that same question a week ago. Coach, what did you used to do with us to give us that confidence? How can I improve these players and make them feel that they can do, you know, the impossible? And I think that's what it comes down to.
Oh, that bounced nicely for Sekhukhune United, and it was bundled in. Picked up by Fortune Makaringe. Space now for Darwin Gonzalez. What can the main man for Cape Town City, the mayor of the citizens, produce? They need a leader, they need a hero, they need something, anything.
And that's the unfortunate part when you find yourself at the bottom. The luck just goes and it runs out. They're not showing enough energy in getting there.
Top goal scorers have been nowhere near Ronaldo Lina's goals in order to do what they do best. And Samadou Sekhukhune, the Frenchman, and the Venezuelan Darwin Gonzalez, top goal scorers for the side with 3 goals each. But do what they do best. And Samadou Sekhukhune, the Frenchman, and the Venezuelan Darwin Gonzalez, top goal scorers for the side with 3 goals each. But they've been starved of position and possession.
And you see that's how good they're looking at the moment. You know.
And now in terms of their ball work, here's Amoto. He'll always want to put it on his favorite left foot. And Kiza thinks about the cross, but there's very little movement in the box, and he was closed down quickly. Amoto tries something silky, but it's a rough ending.
You just got to stick to the basics when things don't go your way. Get your pass under control, move it, create the space, attack the space.
Speaking of movement, there's been plenty of that in the Betway Premiership.
To the basics when things don't go your way. Get your pass under control, move it, create the space, attack the space.
Speaking of movement, there's been plenty of that in the Betway Premiership. Yesterday's move has come Kepula moving 3 points closer to Betway Premiership.
Complete target if you take that responsibility.
3 goals for the Frenchman. 21 appearances in all competitions. And 2 assists. There's Lina coming out.
At some point.
Exhausted their luck on the day. I'm sure there are many exhausted players as well. Back to live action with Nathan Afasika. I haven't seen too much of Petrus in midfield. Kiza looks a bit unsure. As a result, is hemmed in. Eric Dinka beating his former employers, and then possibly by the looks of it going to win this game. It's still early, and leapfrogging Stellenbosch in the race for CAF Confederation positions.
And I think, like you mentioned earlier as well, you know, doing the double over Cape Town City also. I think
in the race for CAF Confederation positions.
And I think, like you mentioned earlier as well, you know, doing the double over Cape Town City also. I think that's a massive boost for them as a club. And it changes the scoreline. We mentioned 6 out of 9 times it's been 1-0. Now suddenly you've got a 2-0 scoreline.
Royal AM. This is dire states for big teams in South African football in Matatanta and the citizens.
This almost requires a triple change, to be honest, at half-time. Maybe bring in a couple of more experienced players. I think Mafocho is very comfortable on the ball. He needs somebody to put his foot on the ball. You know, they need...
He's only played 30-odd something minutes and is off for an early shower. Well, as you were, Cape Town City over to you with a man advantage, but with a 2-goal deficit. Attacking the back post. Nathan Fasika. That would have been a double dose of jeopardy. Sekhukhune United now possibly having to change the modus operandi in the second half. They would have wanted to kill off the game with probably a third goal, which is still on the cards up until that block. But they'll probably have to now focus more on defending.
For me, it's always been you stay to your principles. The only thing different now, in defense, there won't be a cover. It will be man-to-man. You know, as far as the attacking is concerned, you go with the same amount of numbers, put the pressure on the opponent, and see how they respond. You see, in the only thing different now, in defense, there won't be a cover. It will be man-to-man. You know, as far as the attacking is concerned, you go with the same amount of numbers, put the pressure on the opponent, and see how they respond. You see, in defense, when they attack, there's always 3 players, 2 marking, 1 covering, and see how they respond. You see, in defense, when they attack, there's always 3 players, 2 marking, 1 covering. Now, we'll just go man-to-man, and everybody needs to be responsible for their own player.
Man to a man who will be the man for Cape Town. The 100 appearance man in Darwin Gonzalez, who, like Sean said, was a bit of a head-scratcher why he was taken off, because he was a threat on the left wing in the first half. Speaking of the first half, City now failed to score in the first half of league games in 4 consecutive matches. They're scoring on the 5th of March. Why he was taken off, because he was a threat on the left wing in the first half. Speaking of the first half, City now failed to score in the first half of league games in 4 consecutive matches. They're scoring on the 5th of March against Six Galaxy in a 1-1 draw. Did not manage a shot on target as well. Games in 4 consecutive matches. They're scoring on the 5th of March against Six Galaxy in a 1-1 draw. Did not manage a shot on target as well.
Really doesn't look good when you mention all those stats. Nothing is counting in their favor at this moment in time.
His way from Francis as those two look to connect for the first time.
But there you could see already Mohammed, you know, he's on his backside already the minute he takes that first touch.
Ball goes out for 3. Would you prefer playing against strike or defenders that are up close and personal, physical, or guys would rather
defender that gives you that space and say, okay, let's take it 1v1 and see who wins the race.
Interesting insights. There's Petrus on the dead ball. Good looking delivery off the head of, look like Mohammed. Gabriel Lamota's head.
You know, you mentioned the 3 suspensions and you're calling upon players now, the so-called fringe players, but they're getting a run out, and it shows you the depth that they have in the squad. And it's good, obviously, when you find yourself in position number 3, knowing that you can bring these type of players in to still go on and try and win it out. And it shows you the depth that they have in the squad. And it's good, obviously, when you find yourself in position number 3, knowing that you can bring these type of players in to still go on and try and win a game for you.
Also from Congo, gets his 7th league appearance. He's played the last 6 results from the last 9. All ended 1-0. It's 2-0.
Yep.
New days abound.
At least we have a different scoreline.
We have a different scoreline. Looking to change the scoreline from the free kickers. Petrus must say that Ronaldo Lina was bitterly tested really in the first half. Almost was on holiday in Cape Town. Past an hour, 2-0 on the clock. It is goals by Samkelo Sihlali after a mix-up at the back between Sombatso Nyama and Darren Keat. So the big goalkeeper beat him.
I think that obviously makes him the leading goal scorer for them in the league as well, with 4 goals.
Indeed, 20 games in all competitions, 4 goals, which makes it as well. 4 in all competitions, 4 goals, which makes it as well. 4 games running. And in the back of the net for Chibuko Izo.
It's not bad considering he was, you know, for 7 months.
Yeah, for 7 months he didn't score. making up for lost time. Quick look at the bench. Makes it as well. 4 games running. In the back of the net for Chibukoizo.
It's not bad considering he was, for 7 months.
Yeah, for 7 months in his goal. Making up for lost time. Quick look at the bench, and there is movement. Tulani Sir
Comfortable on the ball, trying to play, penetrating passes. But he's not really going to sprint into spaces to get you those goals.
For those kind of balls. That kind of delivery. I think Bartlett has got his coaching head spot on here. Too much of the same. That kind of delivery. I think Bartlett has got his coaching head spot on here. Too much of the same for Cape Town City currently right now. The personnel on the field. A bit of a missed shot midfield there.
Came off the chest. And that's what you need sometimes in order to get yourself back into the game. And that's a lifeline now for Cape Town City. Let's see what they can do from here on.
Remind you, it's the 11 of City versus the 10 of Babinanoko. So plenty of the game to be played, as Congolese as it comes.
I think next week we might find his Nathan on the back of his shirt. So what's the space?
It's a non-swinger. Last touch off of Petrus. Now with the goal scorer, Francis. In security second. Mokhaile is no such, but he's being left behind. This is his pass to the left. Spotting the space that Jaden Rhodes was in. Opening up the Sekhukhune United for the first time in a long time. They just lost their bearings. It's a good looking cross as well. Keeper Lena comes out. Kebola Moto on his weaker right foot.
Do
not concede.
I think we both saw it.
We both saw it. Looking in midfield itself as Nakoso. Sekhukhune United need to hold on here because of the half. Added some freshness as well, and Caden Francis, Camilo Mokocho, and now Tulani Sirero, by the way, is playing in a 68th Premier League game. 16 goals, 13 appearances.
Back, isn't it? And they can go 4-4-1 at the moment. Leave Ohizu up front on his own.
Crosses in. Petrus as well wants to be in, but Nakoso helping out feverishly in defense. Almost can tell that their tails are up and they are really going for it. Neat looking 1-2 between Serrero and Rhodes, but Rhodes hits a roadblock.
It's not the worst place to give a foul away. Keeps the
up and they are really going for it. Neat looking 1-2 between Serrero and Rhodes, but Rhodes hits a roadblock.
It's not the worst place to give a foul away. Keeps the opposition in their own half.
Clever, wily old Tabang Munari. Injury for Rhodes. Teams. Injury for Rhodes. Teams play on. Says you gotta get a move on. With all that hair on your head, I'm sure you'll be okay, son. Points this season. Make that of what you want. Domingo and Brazilian Odru, that's a cracker. Didn't even ever think about it, he did it. And following in as his last name suggests, with a rock-like shot, very hard. And he connected the ball with. There's Domingo. Almost you get some favor from the fans and seeing young faces that the likes of Jody Ashen, Reese Peters, Kiam Carlos, Evan Sereti, who played yesterday in the GDC match against Orlando Pirates. Is it as easy as that?
It's not as easy.
Every Cape Town City player, minus the bench and the board boys, are in the half of Sekhukhune United. They are throwing the kitchen sink at it, if you think. There's Petrus. That's poor there from the midfielder. Didn't give anybody a chance to get an end of that. Stay there, Archery support. Looking. They are trying to provide a royal finish to this game. Stick around. Don't blink. You don't want to miss it. Something still may happen. The next goal in this game is going to be a bitterly important one. Port looking. They are trying to provide a royal finish to this game. Stick around. Don't blink. You don't want to miss it. Something still may happen. The next goal in this game is going to be a bitterly important one. One to save. Tough game that is right now under Beganovic and his side are very tough not to crack, especially in Bombela Stadium.
It's probably one of the teams that's really making home ground advantage count.
I always wondered to myself, dismal away from home. Why not just play the same way? If you could at home, take that same form.
No, I think a lot of coaches, they have this format where if you win at least 70% of your home games and you get another, 30-40% away, you can get yourself to a certain amount of points, either to win the league, to be in the top 4, to be in the top 8. And I think that's where the calculation comes in. Make the home form count. I think that's why it's so important.
Domingo with the cross back post is Petrus. It's a soft end there. Tulane Serrera with the moment. They could have seen headlines written about him. Some of them I don't think were so routine. A man who was signed from Maritzburg United back in July of 2023, but has had to sit on the bench for quite a long time before getting his chance. Is a product of the Ajax Cape Town youth system. Ooh, the bench is up. Is that another color? An achievement that would be, many will say, Eric Tinkler benefiting of the hard work of Lefron Olasiema, the foundations that he's put in. And by the car, Sean drives it.
That's why you should never discount or disregard what the previous coach has done. And you find a lot of coaches actually give compliment.
And by the car, Sean drives it.
That's why you should never discount or disregard what the previous coach has done. And you find a lot of coaches actually give compliment to the previous coach. Because there is a foundation that's been laid here. You just go and build on that. What the previous coach has done. And you find a lot of coaches actually give compliment to the previous coach. Because there is a foundation that's been laid here. You just go and build on that.
Flicked on. Ball still alive. It's a dangerous time for Sekhukhune United. It's Rhodes, he's the magic man.
Just pile the ball into the box and see what he can do. Because at the moment they're trying to do that, but there's nobody really big enough to go and win those balls.
Everybody right now playing in and around the boxes, 5 feet or so, not very big, and not really geared for continuously up. Go one step further, Sean. Now throw Iduma and Godinho up there.
You've got Godinho up front there now, but you've got to put the ball in for him to try and win it.
Petrus. There's a handball that looks suspiciously close.
I think that
Bambi just says no.
Wasn't an
Sean, now throw Iduma and Godinho up there.
You've got Godinho up front there now, but you've got to put the ball in for him to try and win it.
Petrus. There's a handball that looks suspiciously close.
I think that
Bambi just says no.
Was in a natural position. I'm going to quote Aizen Mobo.
Godinho up there.
You've got Godinho up front there now, but you've got to put the ball in for him to try and win it.
Petrus. There's a handball that looks suspiciously close.
I I think that
Bambi says no.
it was in a natural position. And you know, quote Azen Mobo here.
Thus far, they are on the cusp of losing their 13th game in 25 outings. Their last one was against Richard Spade, and it will stay as is as Sekhukhune United do the double on Cape Town City. They are on the cusp of losing their 13th game in 25 outings. Their last one was against Richard Spade, and it will stay as is as Sekhukhune United do the double on Cape Town City. Eric